Hey, Huckster here. I think it's been said that I don't even believe in Satan. I very much believe in Satan. It's just who I identify as Satan is much different than what the Christian community here on YouTube says is Satan. I believe that Satan is the personification of evil men. And I believe God uses this character that's called Satan for his purposes. And Satan can only do what God allows Satan, this character that's identified as men, to do. In Genesis, people say, well, the serpent that tempted Eve beguiled her to eat of the fruit was Satan. I disagree with that. The serpent was cursed by God to spend the rest of his days crawling on his belly and eating dust. But then when you get to Job, the Satan that's identified there is going to and fro on the earth, walking up and down it, not crawling on his belly, but walking. So how can you identify the serpent as Satan, who was cursed from that day forward to crawl on his belly and eat dust, suddenly in Job be walking? In Job, there's a wager going on between God and this Satan to prove that Job would turn against God. I have a hard time understanding Job, why God would allow this to happen to a man that he says is upright and righteous in all ways. He's tormented, which seems to go against some scriptures that says God does not inflict the righteous. I've heard so many people on YouTube especially, and in the everyday life. Now here's what I heard on YouTube just recently. A YouTuber is struggling with his weight. He's on a crusade to lose weight. And when he loses some pounds, he gives the glory to God. But when he regains the pounds, he says it's Satan. So, in my view, what he's actually saying that he is Satan, because Satan isn't eating this food that he is that causes him to gain weight. Some of my dear brothers in the comment sections the other day was talking about one of them had got hacked. His Facebook had got hacked, and the other one says some brothers don't even believe Satan exists. Not sure if he was referring to me or not, and I care a lot about this man. But I do believe Satan exists, just not as a supernatural being. Satan is identified as people that God uses. In 2 Samuel 24:1 says, "And again the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, Go number Israel and Judah." Now, as time goes on, this story is rewritten, and the chroniclers wrote in 1 Chronicles 21:1, "And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel." Now, in 2 Samuel is the anger of the Lord. In 1 Chronicles, it's Satan. There's no contradiction here. It's just what you understand Satan to be. Because there is no power except God. And the only power that the character Satan has is what God allows him to have. And we find this all through the scriptures until we get to the New Testament. And even the New Testament agrees with the Old Testament. It's just how the translators saw it and wrote it. Peter became Satan when he went against God's plan for Jesus. Jesus called him Satan. "Get thee behind me, Satan." Peter wasn't Satan, but he was an adversary to Jesus at that time. When the scriptures say that the devil went into Judas, and caused him to betray Jesus. It was the slanderers that motivated Judas to do these things. The slanderers, men that opposed Christ. And it ends up in our Bible as devils. But yes, I believe in Satan that the Bible's talking about, but I think I have a clearer idea of who this Satan is. God is all in all. Everything that is of God. If you give another supernatural being power that most people give him, then I believe that's some form of idol worship. You say that there is a Satan that can tempt men and have more power over them than Christ, because you blame everything that goes against God on this Satan. Preachers who backslide, young men who slip away from the right path because of their curiosities and lust. You say Satan took them away, and that he will take them with him to a place, you say, it will burn forever in a fire along with this Satan. I don't see that in any way. So it's not that I am against God or not a Christian. It's just I see things in a different light than most of you here on YouTube. Peace. Happy Jesus Day. God bless you. All the sayings from YouTubers I send to you from my heart. Thanks.